the first case of bird flu at a New Jersey poultry market has been confirmed. The state agriculture department says it was discovered at a live bird market in Union County, but won't divulge the exact name or location. It came after samples taken during a restocking inspection last week detected the virus known as H5N1. It's a highly pathogenic avian influenza. This is the first positive case for domestic poultry here since 2023. State officials say the market was immediately closed and disinfected to prevent the spread of the disease, and it'll remain quarantined before restocking with new poultry. Nationwide, 65 people have been infected with bird flu, and one person from Louisiana died from the disease. But the outbreak has prompted millions of chickens across the country to be killed in order to contain the virus, causing a nationwide egg shortage and prices to skyrocket. H5N1 has been confirmed in wild birds in Warren and Salem counties here and presumed in birds found in nearly a dozen other counties. For more details, we're joined by Dr. Amar Patil, a New Jersey state veterinarian and director of the Division of Animal Health. Dr. Patil, thanks so much for your time. Of course, we have this confirmed case that was in a live poultry market, but can you just give us a status update on what is happening with avian flu in New Jersey?
As far as the status is concerned in New Jersey, we have reported a live bird market in Union County positive for HPAI, or the bird flu. We are also, actively doing surveillance in the other live bird markets to make sure that, if there are any additional cases, we stay on top of the disease control. Of course, we continue working with our sister state agencies, with the Department of Health and Department of Environmental Protection as a collaborative effort to control the disease.
What's the risk, though, of this influenza strain spreading to wild birds, which we know that there have been confirmed cases found, and how much of a risk is that?
So currently the wild birds, it's the winter season where they migrate, further south, and during this migration season, they bring the bird flu with them, which they spread to the domestic poultry. So yeah, right now, wild birds are primarily responsible for spreading the bird flu to domestic poultry, and from there, we have also seen in other states that dairy cattle and some infections in other livestock animals and people. But despite all that, the CDC has mentioned that the risk of transmission to humans is low.
How is it transmitted between birds and, say, cattle, and is there any risk of it spreading to humans?
Last year, there was another introduction into the dairy cattle by wild birds, and then from dairy cattle, it spread to other dairy farms. So that's how the bird flu could infect other animals from wild birds.
What's your message, Dr. Patil, to the public, and how concerned should folks be? What do you want them to know?
I think we want people to remain vigilant, and if they see any sick domestic poultry, call us, call the New Jersey Department of Ag, and we will, investigate it according to our standard, nationally approved, nationally recognized, protocols.
Very quickly, is there any misinformation out there that you want to dispel, or that you've seen circulating that you want to, right now sort of get on the record to correct?
I think social media is a ocean of information, and it's impossible to follow all the information that is out there. But I would like to say that that we are very appreciative of residents in the states who are vigilant and who are, reporting any, sick or dead birds, whether it is domestic poultry or wild birds, to the respective state agencies.
So if you see something, say something as it goes. Dr. Amar Patel, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.